Tallwood High School. Could you give us a shout out? Because we're looking at our lovely colleague in New York, which is wonderful, but we want to see some students. So let's have a shout out from Tallwood High School. Oh, wonderful.
Our students were there for the Women's Issues Conference, and then the conference where Opira Jeffrey spoke about his abduction.
I was abducted in 1994 when I was 11 years old. Then they took me to the bush. I stayed there for over 10 years. I killed very many people because they forced me to do. It is not my own feeling. This student you are seeing behind me, these are all abducted people, but they are still alive.
What happened, I think, directly after that first video conference is a conversation took place. And that conversation was with at least 3 teachers and 1 very strong administrator. And that administrator said, let's make Uganda our year-long project.
I would like to remind you of the building that we mentioned earlier on. This is something that you can help. This is something concrete that you can do to make a difference in this village. It's something that you will see results for.
The way the school reacted was that many individuals were affected by it and they wanted to do something about it. And I really credit Global Nomads Group for taking the challenge to the school. And I credit the students at Tallwood to say, yes, I really want to do something because it's a worthwhile project.
We're doing a candlelight visual, and certain people are reading stories about the kids in Gulu in Uganda, and the ones that aren't reading stories are walking around to hear the stories.
I'm asking you to do silence because this 4 minutes is a memorial. We're remembering 40,000 children who've been abducted.
I escaped one day while crossing the river, but I was recaptured by another LRA group a few days later.
My name is Betty, and I was abducted when I was 9 years old. First they taught us how to use guns and forced us to kill.
We had nothing but beatings every day. I finally escaped after only a few days of being forced to walk. I made it all the way back to my village by following the trail of trash and bodies that had been left by the group that had me. I made it home and went back to school, but I still had to night walk every night just to go to school.
I said this before, it is really a time in which we need to appreciate what we have and then say, what can I give back to a place that is halfway around the world?
Today we're hoping to speak to our senators to try to get them to be aware of the situation in Uganda and give appropriations and funds to the problem.
Hey, I'm Candace Faircloth. I also go to Tallwood High School in Virginia Beach, and I found out about it with my friends over the summer, and we were really inspired to be able to make a difference in these people's lives. So when we came to school, we found out that our teachers were doing the Uganda project, and that was really great because we had that foundation at school to build up from, and they were actually trying to build a school in Padibe, Northern Uganda, and we had a lock-in. I guess that's where it really hit home for me, because we had a walk around the track where we listened to stories from the children, and it was really moving. So I want to be able to make a difference in these children's lives.
What moves me the most from what we've done is the incredible motivation of the students that we've come across, and they want to do something, and each and every one of them is saying we have to do something about this problem.
What are we walking away from this feeling?
A greater understanding of the political process and bureaucracy.
Hope that we did actually influence the congressmen and senators today.
And that young people can make a difference.
And we've invited Adrian today to kind of give you an update on what's been happening at Padibe Secondary School, where you were working with the students. And I think you'll all be amazed at the progress that is happening.
I do have some photos and some things I can show about the progress that's been made, and it's really great that the students have taken up the cause to raise money and to support the growth of the secondary school in Padibe. So this is the shell of the building at Padibe Secondary School, and members of the staff and some of our group there in the background. So the shell that you see over the past 4 months has now changed from this to that. And it's not occupied yet, but it's almost finished. There's a roof, there's windows are starting to go in. I believe there's 4 different spaces in there for the different labs, chemistry, biology, as well as some other classrooms.